How's it going, scrappers? Today I wanted to talk through one thing and one thing only. Trail hitch. Really simple. I've seen a couple of videos lately where people have been making trail hitches, saying that they're simple, and then having about 20 bearings in them and all this kind of stuff. So I wanted to go through and show you how I personally would do the simplest trail hitch. And when I say trail hitch, what I mean by this is a detachable trailer. Now this vehicle that we've got right here, right now, this isn't detachable. This is solid. This is fixed. We're not going to be able to move this. It works on a couple of bearing system to allow the trailer to tilt backwards and forwards and to allow me to turn. So if I was to sort of turn, the trailer can turn, and if I go up a slight incline, you see there's enough room for the trailer to pivot, albeit it lifts up a little bit, but you get the idea. But anyway, after watching all these videos and seeing all this overcomplication, I thought I would have a look and show you guys how I would do a detachable trail hitch. And it is right here, and it's really simple, and it relies on one scrap mechanic broken slash physics issue, whatever you want to call it, and that is this piston. This piston in the middle is what we're going to be using. And the long story short is the pipe on a piston has no collision. So as a result of this, this is what we're going to be using as our hitch, this one right here. So I've extended it by one, and it stays extended by one forever. And what that means is, back here, we've got a couple of the wedge pieces, and we've got a big old empty slot. And if I remove all of this off the top, you will see all I've got is a channel here. And this channel here is where this block is going to go in. So why the importance of a piston? Well, you can use a piston or a suspension piece. And the reason we do that is because, like I say, the pipe has no collision on it. Which means I could go over here and I could put a straight old flat roof on top of that. Meaning there's only this tiny little channel here for this block to go down. What that means is this block will not be able to bounce up because the block will hit, but the piston won't. It'll also not be able to bounce, well, left or right because it's going to be nice and tightly penned in. I've also got this piston to seal it off. So when I back up, this block right here is going to go into this space right here in amongst this yellow sort of X, if you like, and then I just close it off with this. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a little bit temperamental because the trailer does roll back sometimes. If you can sort of see here, we back up, we seal it off, so then we can go forwards, we can go backwards, and the block itself is having a collision effect, but the piston isn't. So what it should look like when it's completely built, I just put this back on top of here, and it's important that we don't put it on top of the block that moves with the piston. Back in here, and we're now at that point there where the piston passes through the block. As you can see, the block itself sits nicely in that corner. Press our pin to seal across, and now we can just drive off. Now what I've got here is a couple of feet or stands or whatever just to lift the trailer up. I'll just lift those up out of the way, jump in here and drive off. And that is it. I can go up and down hills and it won't break loose because of the collisions on the block. So we can go tearing around and we can do sharp left and rights if we like. And the worst that's going to happen is I'm going to roll it, but it shouldn't break free because the block itself is pinned in completely. Another thing that I did want to say is if you guys are building a truck and trailer like this, it's important to make note of what materials you're using. Especially for this bed here and for the bottom of this trailer here. These two pieces are going to touch each other. You want them to be low friction so you can slide around. If you don't have a low friction block, if you have like a higher friction block like scrap wood or even concrete, then this isn't going to slide on this very easy. But yeah, honestly, this is the simplest sort of design you ever need for a trailer hitch. It's a piston. It can even be a small suspension piece or a big suspension piece. It doesn't have to be a level 5 piston. Can literally be a level 1 piston, but a piston on a block, and then on your truck and trailer have another piston on a block, seal it off, and that's all you need. Don't overcomplicate things, really. If you want to do something smart and fancy, do it with logic on the feet so that it knows when you're backed in so it can drop automatically, but a couple of blocks so that it forces it in the right channel, piston extended by one. Put it on a controller. The top piston, so it's at 1, and it's constantly at 1 no matter what I do. That's why I can turn the stands so that the stands give down, and this piston only compresses because of the weight on it. Other than that, it stays out all the time. Allows the truck to back up. We can lock in, press ourselves closed, pick up the legs. I was going to sit down because there's not a base on there, but there you go. Nice and easy. Don't overcomplicate things, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Take it easy. Bye, guys. Bye.